Is it possible to go through something as excruciating as a divorce and talk about it being less stressful? Lori Clark Viviano is here this morning, and of course that is your specialty. Is it possible to go through a divorce and not describe it as the worst thing and the most stressful thing that's ever happened in your life?
Yes.
It is possible.
I think there's a whole bunch of components that have to happen. One, the people. You know, when people come to me and they say, I really want this to be easy, and then they give me a list of things that are not so nice.
Right.
No. Sometimes, like I say to people, give them that stupid box that you never wanted in your house as a goodwill gesture. A lot of people, what I think is a really good idea, go see a lawyer and figure out what the parameters are. You know, what are the issues? Custody, money, debt, selling the house. Have an idea of what's going on, and then try to, you know, focus on that.
The problem is, I would think, though, is by the time people get to you, they're usually pretty stressed out to the max already. That's why they decided to get a divorce.
Okay, so look at how you and I get along.
Okay, yeah.
So when people come to me...
And we're going to divorce right after this segment.
Exactly,
We're going to go our separate ways.
Exactly. But you know, on my website I say, dream your next dream. What did you just do?
I think my microphone has fallen down here, and that's why we're getting all that scratchy sound. So let me just fix it.
Okay.
There.
There you go.
See how easy we get along?
There you go.
There you
we
go.
do.
Okay.
See? Just kind of roll with it. And I always say to people, this is a segment in your life that's, you know, you're closing out, and then you're going on to your next one. And, you know, you see these actors and actresses, and some of them you hear nothing about their divorce. Others you hear their entire life. Now, I don't know about you, but I really don't want everybody knowing about my personal life.
Of course not. Yeah, you've got to keep some things personal. Absolutely. Well, now look, we're looking at Mark Anthony and Jennifer Lopez here. Their marriage is just ending, and he's one of these guys who says, don't look for any dirt. There is no dirt.
Right.
Now, there may be, for all we know, but they're not going to air it in public. That's probably a good start, isn't it?
Right. So let's say you're going through a divorce and you tell everybody at your child's school, everybody at your work. Why? Keep it simple, and I think...
You're looking for support. You're looking
Right.
for sympathy. You're looking for people that agree with you that that other person is a jerk and it's their fault. That's why you tell everybody.
Right.
So don't do it.
Right.
Okay.
So, you know, I could give you examples all day long, but I'll just give you one that just happened this week. So I have a situation where the man involved dug up my client's bankruptcy from 6 years ago, birth certificates of her other children. What is the relevance of that? All it does is stir up the pot, and what I say to people is, and also it gives me more money, which I'm more than willing to take.
Sure.
But why? Do you really have to know about someone's bankruptcy 6 years ago? Do you really need to know what someone's birth certificate says? I just don't see it.
So I guess, like you say, if you come into the process and start to define the parameters,
Right.
What is our goal here? Our goal is to separate and go on with our separate lives.
Right.
Or do we want to just come into the attorney and admit our goal here is to punish the other person? And if that's the goal, then you, as
Then
you
say
say,
it.
then say it right up front, and you'll be glad to stick with them as long as their checks don't bounce.
You know, I had a man, he was very angry. He gave me a certain amount of money. He said, when the money's over, this is the offer I want you to do. Okay, so that's what I did. You know, they had issues that had gone on. People, like you said, they decide that person wronged me, that person did this. And you know what? For me, I always tell my clients, go have a massage, go have 2 glasses of wine with your best friend, and then come see me and let me make good financial decisions for you, help you with your custody, and move on. Get a good financial advisor. You know, be mad at him, that's okay, or her, but really...
Now, let's go back to something that you said, because it's actually relevant to the pictures that we just saw of Mark Anthony and Jennifer Lopez. You talk about the company that you keep during a divorce. Well, guess whose company Mark Anthony was keeping? He happens to be on a show called Hawthorne with Jada Pinkett Smith, married to Will Smith, and all these rumors were circulating that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith were breaking up. Well, apparently what was going on behind the scenes is Mark Anthony is crying on Jada Pinkett Smith's shoulder, and she is comforting him, and it turned into an awkward situation that could have broken up her marriage.
Well, because it's perfect. You know, I always tell this is one of my favorite stories. I have a woman that comes to see me. I'd represented her before, and her ex-husband was paying her a lot of support. She says, gosh, I'm taking care of the children more. He's not helping with their homework. And I said to her, have you gotten a job since the last time I saw you? She said, no. I go, so he's basically supporting you to take care of these kids? Yes. I said, then I suggest you make him dinner and pack his lunch. And she said, Lori, I think that's an excellent idea. But if she had come to a different lawyer who said, that's right, you know, get the time from him and really stirred up the pot, then I could have made a lot of money, but at what price?
Right.
I just don't see it. It's just not my personality. You know, I say try to make it as, you know, easy as possible.
All right. So go talk to Lori, the law office of Lori Clark Viviano.
And don't forget, I have North County, too.
Yeah, I see at the Fifth Avenue location here, and here comes the Del Mar location as well.
Yes.
So you're splitting your time between the two offices, but not splitting up your time between clients. They get all the attention that they need.
Yes. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, absolutely. Lori, it's always good to see you.
And please divide up the dogs ahead of time.
And no solution that involves cutting the dog in half.
Right, exactly.
Okay? Unacceptable, people. All right, Lori, thank you so much. For more information, you go to san-diego6.com, click on San Diego Living, and if you need to get in touch with Lori, we will certainly make that happen for you.